about master's study in the UK as an immigrant. So I'm going to tell you about the whole process of moving to the UK to do a master's study. My name is Stella, and in this channel we talk about relocation and everything about life in general. So we're going to be having a guest speaker joining us, but he's going to be joining us via phone call. His name is Mr. Rafino. He's currently undergoing his master's process in the United Kingdom. And so he's the best person to give us advice and any other thing we want to know. Now, remember, if you have any questions, you can always put it down in the comment section. We're going to try our possible best to answer it. And if probably we don't have the answer, we'll try our best to link you or send you um, a place where you can get the answer to your question. So I want to say a big thank you to our subscribers, and if you're a new subscriber, I want to tell you a big thank you. So I'm going to be putting a call now to Mr. Raphael, and then we're going to get started so as not to take our time anymore. Hello, Mr. Raphael.
Hello, Stella.
How are we doing today?
Been going well. Today's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I just want to ask, first, how have the UK been since you've been to the UK? I know you've been over a year in the UK with your master's process. How has it been to you?
It's been fine. It's been okay. The weather, those are fine. Can be beautiful, but they'll have to just try to adjust to the weather. So it's been okay generally.
All right, thank you so much. So I want to ask, if one wants to start their master's process now, how do they start? Where do they start from? Someone that is a novice and have no idea on what to do.
Okay. I think the first thing is to first of all get someone who can actually put them through on the process. Um, then they'll have to know what they need to start the process. So just about what they actually need. So more or less like getting to what to do to start the process.
Okay. So do you mean like getting an agent? Because I know some people do apply by themselves.
Um, yeah, actually the one can apply by himself if he knows what to do. As in terms of the documents needed, in terms of the school to apply to, in terms of um, you know, the information that actually needed to do it successfully. You can apply by yourself. Or I will always advise to use an agent who knows better to be to put the person through process from the beginning to the end so that it would be like a process that you have to go and waste your money or so.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, from what I can gather now, it seems you used an agent when you were trying to get a placement for masters in the UK.
Yes, I actually use an agent.
All right. So,
Process.
okay. So, what documents do you gather? What documents did you use during the whole process?
Okay. Documents I actually use were first of all was my passport,
Okay.
which is very important. It's as important as a visa itself because without the passport, work can't go, telephone can't go any further. So the passport is very important. So when you're able to get your passport, then the next thing is very important to your your transcripts, your results transcript. So that's very important. So when you're able to get that transcript, because sometimes it can take a long, depending on the school, to get the process that they're ready. And some they would even want to give you by hand, so you have to look for ways to get it. So transcript is very important. I always advise that even if you don't have probably you don't have a mindset or you don't have it in mind to try, just get stuff down so you never can get. So it's very important. We probably we get this point for that. certificate that I have, just apply for the transcript.
All right.
So the transcript, the certificate, the passport, transcript, then Y or then. Then some school do require IELTS, depending on the school. Then then CV, then personal statement.
All right, thank you so much. So for those of us that don't know what he means by NECO, like it's like your secondary school to some people call it your high school certificates. That's what he's talking about. Mr. Rafe, I don't know, it seems your network is a bit because your voice is a bit low. So I don't know if it's your network or probably something. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll try to use the network one.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. Sincerely grateful. And also for those that don't understand, he means IELTS. So for IELTS is like an English exam that normally is written in your home country, and it helps to validate if you can actually speak sufficient English in order to be able to flow along when you move to the UK. So IELTS has its band score, and in some university you don't need it. Why some you need it? So it's just for you to send the message to the university that you are interested in, and then decide and get their response if they need the IELTS or not. At times, if you tell them that you study in English, they will just ask you to get um a letter from your school to state that you are being trained in English. But if you're not trained in English, probably you are joining us and you're from India, you might probably need IELTS to write, or you're from other countries that don't probably train in English as well. You might probably need IELTS to write. So Mr. Raphael, how did you get to know which school you actually wanted to go to? Because I know some people are like, oh, when some people, if I tell some people London, they'll be like, oh, the cost of living is high. Um, this so busy, the school fees are expensive. So how do you get to know which one to choose?
Yeah, talking about schools, then I had friends, with, some choices of schools to choose from. So from there, I researched some of the schools and checked out something in another. But apart from that, when I got in contact with this agent, which one of my friends introduced me to, then I spoke with him regarding the course of like uh, offer. Uh, uh, so he just checked based on the course, then the tuition fee actually noted a low tuition fee that is that's fit for maybe US, because to pay the money and all that. So that was the basic. So we had to get this that that's the basics cheap. So that
Okay.
was one of the things I was searching out for. So that was how I felt uh, get my school applied.
All right. If I may ask, what school are you currently studying in at the moment?
Okay, my school is University of Boston, ULSD.
Okay, is that where is it located?
It's located. They have branches in other cities.
Okay.
Mine is actually in London.
Wow, very strong to be studying in London. Well done. Congrats to you. Congrats to you. So
Thank you.
so I would like to ask as well, what is life as a master's student like in terms of work-life balance and classes? How is it like?
Though for me it has been easy. Yeah, that's easy. Though easier than what I expected. Because when I was looking, I was like, oh my, wait, I have to work, study, do this one. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do it like. So I was when I was looking, it was like I had to do some, some press up, to that some mental and strength and all that.
Yeah.
So when I got here, it wasn't really that hard as I expected it to be. So um, I was quite amazed, like to just go to school twice a week. Really?
Twice a week.
Yeah, back then in Nigeria, it's every day,
Uh-huh.
Friday. Sometimes they will still want you to come on Saturday back then in Nigeria, but coming down here, it's just twice a week, once online, once on campus. Wow. So that was just it. So I had days to myself.
Hmm.
So without with those days there I can say, okay, walk about you know, number of times I want to walk or anyhow anything I want to do with those 5 days, had it to myself. So it was it was a bit pleasant. It was so pleasurable. Not really a bit, it was pleasurable. So but I had time to myself and that was it. That's been easy. That's been easy. Again.
So to those that wants to come to the UK, you've heard it. It's easy for like it's not as so choking as some people say it is. Like some people are like, oh my god, it's choking, I can't come. Oh, the UK is too expensive. And this is someone that is living in London. Like, do you know what it is to live in London? Cost of housing, cost of in fact, let me ask you, how much rent are you paying every month? Because
Okay, yeah, I know it's terms of house, it's not easy. It's not really easy because it's quite expensive compared to outside of London. So what I've been helping me is because it's a place you can actually rent and share with someone. So both of you have to share the bills. So
okay.
that's something that will help me. So it's not everybody I want to stay with someone or want to have a commitment. But uh,
For the
for
meantime.
for the meantime, staying in London because some of my friends are staying in Birmingham or other cities. Their house rent is almost like twice of theirs.
Hmm.
So what I do is that okay, I have roommate, someone we stay together and have to share the bills
Okay.
and that.
It's much
So,
easier, right?
uh,
Okay, thank you so much. How about other cultures? Like, you have to be with, because I know UK is a very multicultural place. So, how do you deal with mixing with so many other cultures, Indians, and the you British, and Chinese, Philippines, Pakistanis? How do you cope?
I think that's one of the aspects I really love about
Oh,
UK.
you love. Okay.
Yeah, most especially here in London, really have to see people from different backgrounds. So, like, UK should be one of the um, multicultural countries.
Country?
So, yeah, because of the look around, people, your neighbors and all that, people from different countries, people from uh, France, Portugal, Bangladesh, yeah,
Mm,
Chinese, like, getting to know their way of life, the food they prefer, you know, different things. There was a time I went to Chinatown. Actually, the kind of the town for Chinese people.
okay.
Yeah, so I actually enjoyed the moment because I get to know the way the Chinese people do their cultural background, their way of life, the way they do they made their tents and probably they had their houses. Like the food they enjoy eating.
That's
Different
nice.
things like so just about like it's classic as probably China. So so different cultures like that. It
Okay.
helps you to come across different cultures, understand people the way they do. Like there are some things you will see at or we probably saying, but to them it's not.
Okay.
So so you get to understand people from their own cultural perspective.
Okay,
So
Evan.
that's a bit of a quite like the diversity, and that thing.
All right. So how is the school fees like? And also, how do you cope with restriction? Because I heard there's like some hours restriction. I know during COVID they canceled it, and then later we heard it's back. And but we don't know what is the current status at the moment. So how do you cope with the school fees? Like, how is the school fees like? That's like my first question is, how do they pay the school fees? Because I heard that time they say you have to pay half, and then you pay in the middle, you pay fully. How is
Yeah.
it like? And then the second question is, how do you cope with the 20 hours?
Okay. Actually, it's a bit high now. When I came, I think the deposit the amount I have to pay from Nigeria
Okay.
was actually 2,000.
Okay.
And, but now they have to increase it to 5,500. I think the list is about 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah, the first amount you have to pay before the implement.
Okay.
Because what some school does is that they will tell you, okay, pay 3,000, but when you come, before you enroll, that's about, let me say, 20 days, or if you come early, 20 days before you enroll, because enrollment is immediately you come. So they say that, okay, you have to pay the remaining percentage, so probably the remaining 2,500, 3,000 for the enrollment. So it's more or less like the same as paying 5,500 from Nigeria. So that's how that is it now. They have increased the deposit that you have to make from your country. So that's it. So what they do is that after when you come, you have about 4 months to make another the payment of the remaining payment of the year. If it is a first year, if it is a 2 years course, you have they spread the school fees to 22 years. That means they divide the school fees by 2.
Okay.
So let me say, for instance, for a 2 years course, it can be about, we say, 16,000 pounds for 2 years. So then when they divide it to about
8,000 each year. That's good though.
Yeah,
very good.
8,000 each year.
Yeah.
So when you pay 5,500 in Nigeria, then you have 2,500 remaining. The remaining year. So you have about, when you come, you have about, let me say, 4 or 5 months to pay the 2,500.
All right.
So within that year, within that session. So after the first year, the second year, you have about 6-7 months to pay the second year. Sometimes they can give you time to, like, probably maybe close to when you're finishing at about 8-9 months now. So that if you actually going for a good school, like the one I went to.
So he's giving you guys recommendation now. You need to go to his own school.
Yeah, it's still going down to your choice of universities. Because what I always advise is that you're choosing a school, choose a school that have and they have experience, they know what they went through, not choosing a school that
nobody knows and they don't know the rules and regulations. Yeah.
So for the one I went to, they actually gave me time and I was relaxed. I wasn't tension, pressure. Say, okay, I have to pay it, but probably they will have to cancel my visa and everything. So those were some of it. So at that time.
What of the 20 work hours?
So yeah, that's another aspect.
Yeah.
There is a 20 hours restriction during term time. That means during school hours, you can't work more than 20 hours. Okay. Or if probably there is a public holiday. Oh.
Yeah.
Then probably when you are holiday, you can work. You like you spend 7 days at work. You can do that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Term time. It's term time.
That's good. Yeah.
It's 20 hours. Though some persons still have they are up there.
Okay, so probably when you come around, you just ask your colleagues how they do their things and probably flow along with the way they do it. But it's culpable when you work with your colleagues and also the 20 hours and you find your way around how your other colleague work, you'll be able to cope with the hours, the work and the fees, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's good. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for being honest. That's so good. Thank you. So you were talking about the school fees. So do you know any schools at the moment that you recommend in terms of how cheap it is?
Like my school is okay. So I think it's the cheapest, I can say.
Okay.
Probably London. We still have
Nottingborough. Okay.
Yeah. London. Then I think
What of Sunderland, Nottingham,
Yeah,
Manchester,
yeah, I think yeah.
and Chester? I'm gonna.
Check yeah.
Chester is the
Okay, check that.
cheapest, from what I heard. University of Chester is the cheapest.
Okay, yeah, I think we still have all, bit of all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are many university like that that are cheap. So
Guys, hope you are
also
taking all
looking at
this down.
being cheap, also looking at the flexibility
Mm.
because it will be really nice to go to the school, you feel it's cheap, but you have to uh, uh, uh,
Be in school all the
yeah,
week.
you have to
Uh,
go to school 3 or 4 times a week,
yeah.
you know,
And they take attendance.
and their payment plan is not flexible.
And do they
Those are some of the things.
take attendance or what?
Yeah, attendance is very important. That one is very, very important. So it's not something that, let me say, go against or look maybe around it. No, it's very
Okay.
important. So that's why you go to school know that it's just twice a week.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's okay for you. Then just twice a week for school day. So sometimes you can stay, go to school that day and do whatever you want to do. Maybe between 2, 3 hours. Like today now, maybe okay, probably for the first session, you may have to stay long in classes for those 2 days. But
Okay.
the previous session will not be like that. Like now, I only have my class online just once a week.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
And just
Okay.
just for them to supervise my one and doing another. Between 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm done.
So guys, just like a summary. So if you're choosing school, there are things you need to consider. Number one, you need to consider the costs. You need to consider the flexibility. Okay, is it 2 times a week? Is it 3 times a week? Or is it 4 times a week? You need to ask friends. You need to contact the school to explain to you how it is like. You need to also ask okay, this school. You mentioned 3 things: the flexibility, the school, and what else? Remember one more thing. The payment plan, that is it, the payment plan. So how is the payment plan? Do they want you to pay everything all at once, or do they give you time to be able to be flexible to pay for some in the 6 months later, or pay some the first year and pay the next year? So these are things you need to consider. And also you need to consider the cost of living in that area too. London is expensive, but someone here in London is saying is feeling okay. So I don't know what to say. So anyway, yeah, but so I will on his notes, him saying he's feeling okay, I will recommend London for you. But if you ask me, from what heard from other people, I recommend Chester. I recommend Nottingham. I recommend Sutherland. These are places I recommend. Birmingham, Newcastle, and you also need to check out the course you're studying as well too. So you need to know what you're coming down to the UK to do. So can you let me know what will you advise somebody now? Should they should they bring their family? For those that have family, because we've been hearing stories of someone that is coming on school visa and is bringing like 5 kids at once. Uh, I don't know, but what's your take on it? Since you are the student and probably you have more idea or more say on that.
With family in 2 ways anyway. So I think the first probably just come with your spouse, that the husband coming with the wife or the wife with the husband. I think that one is perfect. Easy for both to just also together. If the defendant actually has more time to work because it's not studying, so we have time to work, that time to like any career or any job that they
Mr.
want.
Rafa, can you speak out a bit, please?
Okay, yeah. So I said in terms of family, actually, let me categorize it to the first we have to be company with your spouse. That means probably your your wife or the wife coming with the husband. So in that regard, I think that's one of the best, which both of you will have time to also together. And as the dependent, that dependent and neighbor, if the husband is the one going to school, wife is the wife is the one that is the dependent. So that means zone is just to apply with the husband. The dependent has time, more time, dependent has restriction, more time, dependent has restriction, more time, dependent job choice, and probably you want uh still for pursue your career and all that. Have the time as long you're not going to school, you have time for everything, your job and anything you want to do.
So someone that have like 5 kids now, when do you encourage the person to bring their kids?
Yeah, so like someone that has kids,
Yeah.
It's not gonna be easy.
Okay.
It's not gonna be easy because you have probably the wife will not really have time to work. You have to take care of the children, and that can be expensive for someone who is just coming.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
You have to look for ways to to really dig it out, but it's not something that's short.
All right. Okay. So when you say it's not really that easy, so are you encouraging them, like, even if you have to come, um, probably you come, let's say you come a year after, or probably after your study, if you're able to get like a post-study visa or something like that, then you can consider bringing your kids.
For those one that have kids, I would advise, if possible, probably if it's a 2 years master program, they should use the first year to kind of work and be able to kind of have a balance.
All right.
Bringing their kids, because you still have 1 year to use your student visa to bring your spouse.
All right.
That would be better.
Okay, all right, that's good. So guys, like we said, or like I always advise, even if you are on even a work visa, please don't pack all your kids and come, because you're coming to a strange land. You don't know whether the land will favor you or not. So you need to come and explore. You need to. Some people will say you need to assess the scene, assess for scene safety before you know whether you are going to put your 2 legs in or you are going to put half of your leg in. So you need to come and access first. If you are only having like you and your wife, yeah, you can bring your wife. I know it's not going to be easy, but we're looking at the future benefits. So you can bring in your wife just for probably assistance, or for those that are women, you can bring in your husband for assistance. And then let's say once you've settled and you know that, okay, I'm fully ready, there's a roof over my head, there's where I can get food to eat, and there's at least, even if I bring a kid, which you must have at this time, ask people that have kids questions in terms of schools and everything. Even if I bring them, we'll be able to survive. So before you cannot decide on bringing your family or bringing your kids down. So that's it for that one. So how about life after masters? Like, I believe you should be going to your second year now. What's like, you must have been speaking with other people, and you must have seen people that have finished. You understand? People that have finished the masters. How is it? Is there like job opportunities, or what do you have to say? Or is, I don't know.
Okay. Life, life after master program. Okay. I think it's it's still the best. Like when you compare it to Nigeria or anything, when it comes to opportunities, you can't compare UK to Nigeria. So when it comes to it, you have very, 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 very large spectrum of opportunities. So I would say many persons, after school, what they actually do, they go into their post-study visa, which is 2 years.
Okay.
Then some, they get companies that give them 5 years of working permit. So that's it. And here, you have opportunities to explore. You know where to go into, you know which aspect to go into. You will know if, okay, I want to go into medical aspect. I want to go into probably becoming a nurse or probably becoming going into IT or probably becoming going into construction, which is another good aspect, and being a building engineer or other engineering aspect. So there are numerous opportunities to explore. So within your um, programs, you have that opportunity, you have that time to know which aspect go into. So that's just basically it. So and being able to network with other people, information and all that, you'll be able to know which route.
What are like the prominent courses that people are eventually entering into? Like, I know you mentioned medical field. I also heard you mention IT. I heard you mention engineering. So apart from and I think yeah, that's it. Apart from those three, is there any other one you've heard of, just to give people more options in case they want to, like, okay, probably this is what I'm going to venture into, or probably I'm going to look for jobs. So yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that there are many other ones. There are many other options, but this option are the one that you probably stay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe betray. Talking about um becoming a nurse or doing an HCA job,
Okay.
healthcare assistant, or support worker jobs, which are one of the ways people are getting that they have to work visa.
Which is very important if you want to stay back. Yeah.
Some persons can actually do some courses to become a certified teacher
Okay.
in the country, so they can actually get their stay through that route. Then some persons what they do is to do some IT courses, which is very creative.
Lucrative, yeah, very, very.
So and many of them give sponsorship too. So they do their IT courses, within months, and they are certified and get jobs that will give them stay.
Okay.
So probably those that already have engineering background, construction and all that. So some they go through their training, some probably some months training on one particular course in that construction or all these handwork stuff, and then it's sponsorship.
Okay.
So there are other aspects of that, because the one that can give you to stay longer, from that
All right. So, guys, just like what Mr. Rafa is saying, and I'm just going to summarize it. The moment you finish the masters, you have a 2 year study in masters with the visa. So that means you are legitimately allowed to stay in the UK for 2 years. And then after the 2 years, you are now going to decide, okay, am I going to leave or am I going to stay? So depending on your decision, if you are leaving, then you can just as well just go back. But if you want to stay, during that, I think during your second year, you should be looking towards either applying to companies that can grant a certificate of sponsorship. And for companies to get a certificate of sponsorship, most of the time, the job has to be on shortage occupation list. So you also need to ask yourself, okay, the course I study, is it going to link me towards the shortage occupation list, or what do I have to do? Now, they have some courses, they have some jobs that can grant you this COS. So we're talking about nursing job, teacher's job, engineering job, IT jobs, healthcare assistant job, and so many others which can grant you. So you can actually apply during your second stay, probably if you know you have to do a bit of courses to be able to meet up to that qualification. So during your second year, you do that courses. And another tip in which I've heard from people is, when you want to apply for jobs, they will tell you that you need to have some work experience. So that's why that 20 hours work is very important for you to be able to, even if you have money, it's just for you to gather a bit of UK work experience. Or you can also volunteer in charity homes. So the moment you volunteer, you've gotten UK work experience, and then by the time you are getting towards the end of your second year, you are applying for jobs that will grant a certificate of sponsorship. And the moment you've gotten it, it can enable you to stay. Now, if you don't want to go through that route, you can decide to go for post-study visa. Now, once you've got your post-study visa, it will give you another time for you to be able to stay in the UK for some time. And if the company that you are working that grants you post-study visa, or if you are able to get a company that will give you a skilled worker visa, you switch later into it, and from there you'll be able to get your stay in the UK. Mr. Rafa, is there anything that I said that is wrong? Probably cut me. Can you tell them, or if I'm in the right track?
Yeah, you're on the right track.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. So I have another question. So what have you learned so far, and what have been your greatest challenges since you've been? Just so as to make people know um what they are coming in for and what they should be ready for. What will be your advice to those that are aspiring to come in, going through your challenges and also your greatest achievement so far?
First of all, talking about what I've learned so far, that anything is possible. So it's actually about your personality, talking about determination and what you really look at, or what you aspire for. So that's one of the things that they might determination and what I really want. So that's been my driving force. So and I've actually learned a lot, seeing people, different background, and when you're in the UK, it's make you to become like a global competitor. So you know that you competing with people from other countries. So it kind of puts you just there, just up there. So from there you will begin to have good uh, 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 let's say good network, being able to network with people from other countries, people that have actually done a lot, and like you have the opportunity to talk to them, which they have probably back in Nigeria and all that. So that's being one of the I've actually learned, like being able to network with others, being able to explore. So big name to actually know what is involved. So that's it. And talking about my greatest challenge, we don't really have any greatest challenge.
Oh my God, that is good then. I think I should pack on my family and come to the UK then, since there's no challenge.
Just say the challenge is that about sometimes the work can be stressful, because you have to, because you're looking for money, you have to work longer than before to. So that can be a bit challenging, and so you get home, you see how and eat and for myself, being able to do that also, and hands free. So, so just being able to multitask and do other things, can be sometimes challenging. Those are probably some of the things that are challenging for me, being able to do many things at a time.
Mhm.
That's it.
I bet that can be challenging because I'm actually currently doing a bit of postgraduate study, not fully master's, but kind of. And I can tell you, even with work, it's really so stressful. At times, I can't even fully study, and well, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just going to ask my colleague who is around me to see if there's any questions on the YouTube comment section, because at the moment I can't really see the comments. If there's any questions, so we can attend to them. So please, is there any comments on the comment section? Okay. So far there's no comment. So guys, since there's no comment, that means that we probably have answered most of your questions concerning moving down to the UK for masters. Don't forget to put, let's say after this live has ended. Don't forget to put your questions in the comment section. Just type it. I'm going to respond to them and see and help you with the clarification. If you want to relocate to the UK, you need to get your documents ready. That's number one thing you need to know. You need to get your passport, your school certificate. You need to get IELTS if it's needed. You need to get your transcript, and your CV must be good. You need to think about your references, your supporting statements, explain it to the school why you are actually applying to them. You need to get all that and get your money ready because it's not cheap. It's not cheap. The average school fees is about, what's the average school fees again, Mr. Raphael?
It also depends on if you're going for 1 year master's.
Okay,
Yeah, I think the average is 11,000.
11,000.
2 years, yeah, should be 15,000.
Hmm. So we've all heard the average doesn't mean it's the highest, doesn't mean it's the lowest. So just get your money ready. So if you're going for a 1 year, it means that you're going to be in one year. But most people go for a 2 years program. If you're going for a 1 year, you're looking at probably what's the name? You're looking at um you're looking at £11,000. But if you are going for, let's say, 2 years, we're looking at roughly £16,000. So you need to get your money ready. Then you need to ask yourself, browse, ask friends, ask them which environment is good to be in the UK. I normally recommend the northern parts because I feel it's cheaper and there's no point of living in a very expensive place. But someone in London says London is okay. I feel London is also good because you see more opportunities than in the northern part as well. And it exposes you to see more job opportunities over there. Some people say it's crowded, but I say it has more opportunity. More people means more opportunity because people become productive and all that. So that's one. Then another thing you also need to consider the schooling, the costing, the flexibility, and then you apply. Don't bring all your family at once. Um bring just your wife initially, and the rest will be history and to get better. So, and for the work hours, don't forget when you come, you network. Very important. Networking is like the most important thing. That actually gives advantage to UK students. If you study in the UK, you have more advantage in the sense of you have networking skills and you'll be able to communicate more with people from different community, unlike those that just come through work. We just work and work. It's just our people that we know in our workplace. But for those that are schooling, they'll be able to network with people from different backgrounds and they'll have friends across all categories. So these are one of the advantages of coming down to the UK as students. Don't forget there are other professions you can explore into. The teachers at the moment, we have them ongoing. And do you know that currently the UK are paying people £10,000 to relocate to the UK as teachers if you study physics? Don't worry, we got you covered. So we're going to be doing that video. I think it's going to be this week. We're going to do the video. Telling the UK just released paying you £10,000 to relocate. My God, they need us. So we need to calm down. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much, Mr. Raphael. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for responding to our call. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with people. We're sincerely grateful. Do you have any last words before we end the live section?
Okay. Canada, looking at the process, I will always trade God for myself. Yeah, so God first.
Pastor Raphael there. Okay.
Yeah, so when you put God first, then is that He will always direct your path.
Yeah.
And when you're in the right path, then you can, determine, make your determinations like, okay, I'm the right path now, then you make your determinations. So when God directs you in the right path, determinations, that's very, very important. And information also,
Information is the key.
information and networking.
Networking, very
To
important.
make the journey faster and have a better destination, need to network and have access to the right connection. So that's very, very
All right.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, people, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much for um everything. We are sincerely grateful for this opportunity. Don't forget now to like and subscribe. You know, we've gotten to the end. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We talk about relocation. And I know a lot of people want to explore global opportunity. Relocating does not mean you are leaving your own country. It means that you want to go out and learn things about other communities. It means that you want to expand your knowledge, expand opportunity, and probably you can come back to impart that knowledge in your own community, you see. So it's very important to explore while you are young so that when you are old, you won't regret exploring. So we're going to be saying bye for now. Thank you so much. And bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.